Hello! I am so glad we are all here together. I wanted to share a story with you about a tortoise and a hare. Now, a tortoise is like a turtle, and a hare is like a rabbit. And in this story, the tortoise and the hare, they're good buddies. And they were sitting around the meadow trying to decide what to do. It was one of those kind of days where they had nothing to do and they were just passing time with each other. And then Hare jumped up and said, I know what we could do. We could have a race. Yeah, that's it. Let's have a race. I am so fast, so fast, so fast. And Tortoise said, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all. And Rabbit said, yeah, that's because I would win, because I'm so fast, so fast, so fast. And Tortoise said, you wouldn't win necessarily. We haven't had the race yet, so we don't know who would win. Oh, come on. Of course I would win. I'm a hare. I'm quick. I'm fast. I am pew. I'm fast. Fast, 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 fast. You're slow, 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 slow. There are more than one ways to win a race. Come on. Prove it to me. Prove it to me. Come on. Let's have a race. Oh, all right, Hare. We'll race. Tomorrow, we'll race. All right. Well, you can imagine the news of the tortoise and the hare having a race together. It spread as fast as lightning strikes. And pretty soon all the animals were talking about it. And the very next morning, it was Fox's job to set up the racetrack and to start and end the race. So Tortoise and Hare arrived at the starting line, and all the animals were gathered around watching the start of the race. Fox said, all right, go around the edge of the meadow and then come back here. The starting line will be the ending line. And about halfway around, you'll see a tree. And that when you get there, you'll know that that's halfway. So Hare said, okay, all right, let's just get started. Let's start this race. And so Fox said, ready, set, go. And Hare, pew, dashed off that starting line. He was so fast, so fast, so fast. You could barely see his legs moving. That's how fast he was. And Tortoise lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. Lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. Hare got all the way to the tree and looked back at the starting line and said, Psh, Tortoise is still at the starting line. I could take a nap and still win this race. And then he noticed there was a nice soft patch of green spring grass. And he thought, ooh, I wonder how that would feel on my cheek. And he lay down. He let that grass cradle his cheek. And he took a nap. While Tortoise lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. He just kept going. He didn't stop to talk to the ladybugs. He didn't stop to admire the spider's web. He just kept going. He lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. He just kept going. And so a while later, he got to the tree, and the rabbit was still sleeping. He thought, He lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. And he just kept going. The animals were getting excited when they saw that Tortoise was passing the hare. The birds were swooping and soaring. The snake was slithering and dancing. The grasshopper was hopping. And the ladybug. And Tortoise lifted his foot, stretched it out, and put it down. He continued all the way around that racetrack till he was almost at the finish line. He was one step away. He lifted his foot. All the animals couldn't contain themselves anymore. They began to hoop and holler and screech and roar and croak, and they were so excited. The birds were singing, the frogs were croaking, everybody was carrying on. He just had to stretch his foot out. Well, with all that noise, Hare woke up. He woke with a start. He looked back at the beginning of the race and didn't see Tortoise. He looked around the edge of that meadow and saw Tortoise was at the finish line. He dashed as quick as he could. You could barely see his feet. But Tortoise's foot lowered right over the finish line. The animals, they jumped up and down. They swooped and soared and slithered and hopped, and everybody congratulated Tortoise. And Hare said, "Tortoise, you're slower than I am. How'd you win?" And Tortoise said, "Well, I just kept going. Slow and steady won this race." I hope you like that story. And if you would like, I've put some activity ideas in the description below. So if you'd like to live with this story a little bit longer, there's some ideas you can do to have fun with this story. Thanks a lot for being here. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. All right. Bye-bye.